So we've managed to arrive at Prosperity. We've arrived at the mall and we've walked out towards one of the exit doors. And from this point, we're going to experiment a little bit with movement and particularly flying. And so we'll see what happens. So here we are standing in front of the exit doors, and we're going to walk forward. And again, we can use the arrow key here, or we can use the W key. I'm going to use the W key and just move forward. Here we go. And we're having a nice little walk here. Now let's pause for a moment. I'll stop pressing the W key. And let's press the flying mode icon in this box over here. And again, this is the walk, run, fly box that we can click on and see the tools that are there. So we have a flying person icon, flying mode, on the far right, the square icon. Let's just click that, the left mouse button, and now we're flying. If we want to stop flying, of course, we press the stop flying bar and it reverts back to the walk mode. So again, let's click the flying mode, and now we'll click this up arrow that's on the far right. We're going to fly up. It gives us some height there, and let's see how far we can get. We can move forward now with the same key or the same arrow that moved us forward in walking. That also works in flying. So if we press this arrow key here, like we did in walking, it moves us forward. Or now pressing the W key on the keyboard, it also moves us forward too. Now let's just come down and see where we are in relation to the buildings. What's happened? We've actually gone below the building. Okay, so that's a nice thing because now we can do some exploring. So the building we were actually in then was relationally up in the sky, sort of a skybox, and we've gone below that. So let's continue to go below, and this is still Prosperity, but we're entering a different area of Prosperity. And I'm just continuing to press the down arrow, that's the small arrow on the right hand side of this walk around fly box. We're in the fly mode and I'm pressing the down arrow. Now you know it says stop flying. I really don't like to stop flying until I'm on the ground. It's kind of sentimental, but it's also brutal on the avatar, and they seem to prefer if you don't crash land them. So we'll just stay in the flying mode for a moment, and this is work in progress from Zax and DJ and Grishy and all the folks. These buildings weren't there this morning when I checked, and here they are now, and I'm sure by the time you see this video there'll be even more different items, and the landscape may have changed and so on. So we can fly forward, and I'm just using these arrow keys in the walk around fly box, and you can kind of move your cursor between a turn and the forward motion, just like you'd be flying an aircraft almost, if you get the feel of that. Just have a little fun. Oh dear, poor guy, what's happening? I think we're on the edge of the abyss here, so we'll just come up. Now we can fly below this rail, and I'm just having a little fun here, and because you'll have your own fun. And it's as simple as that. I like the flying mode. It's a lot of fun to do. Now let's just, well, let's continue a little bit here. We can go up. I like this mountain that's over here. I mean, how often is it that you get to see the top of a mountain? So again, the large arrow key, up arrow key, is actually moving us forward. I should say it's the forward arrow key to make a distinction. The fly up key is this, or indicator is the small arrow on the right side of the box. And then these are turn arrows, just to turn us one way or another. So let's go down a little bit. We'll just investigate. Going back and forth between the controls, just you get a sense of movement, of direction. Where are we now? Oh, we're in the middle of this center of this cliff. Now let's, if we click stop flying, we can actually start to walk right on this top of this mountain as best we can. We'll see what happens. It doesn't look like we're going to have much luck. Oh, maybe we can climb up. Oh no, we're going to slip down. Okay, let's give my poor guy a break here and go back to flying. And we'll come up high and let's kind of have a look around. Now here's something we might try. If you press Control Alt together, no, that hasn't worked. Okay. In some instances, pressing Control Alt together and moving your mouse allows you to see top and bottom. So that one needs a little work. Either I'm not doing that right, or it's not possible in this particular space. I'm not sure. Now I've got a 3-button mouse, and I can use my middle wheel to actually zoom out or zoom in. That's one thing we can try, zooming out and zooming in. Again, that's if you have a three-button mouse. You can do that fairly easily. And again, we have the camera controls here. If we click on what looks like an eyeball there, we've got rear view, side view, and front view. We can see what we look like. Now you can also experiment a little bit. I do for sure. You can, with the controls, you can hold down your left mouse button and then move the mouse. And just as you move the mouse, it rotates the scenery, or you rotate, whichever way you look at it, around. And I'm just dragging the scenery. I'm holding the left mouse button down while I move the mouse. So I'm in the early stages of learning here, so I know there's got to be better ways of doing things, simpler ways of doing things. This is just a very quick share with what I've learned so far in the last day or two, basically. And let's just see if we can get back where we came from. This might be tricky, but we're going straight up now, flying up. Somewhere up here we're going to relocate back with the mall. So we're now actually under the mall. Oh, sorry, rocky. And now if we want to get back in the mall, we have to do a tricky sort of thing here to try and get to the edge of the building. And I'm just going to try this horizontal movement key to take me as far as I can out to the edge of the property, and I'm hoping that's the edge. I can actually fly up. Oh no, couldn't do it. Let's try again. Come out to the edge and fly up. Can we? Are we going to bang our heads? maybe not. Let's turn a little. Try and go up. No, I can't do it. I'm going to come down a bit. You have to bear with me now. And let's again try an edge. I'm just using the horizontal button as much as I can. This is definitely one you'll have to show. Oh yes, we've managed it. We've come up the side of the building. We've found a hole in the space somewhere that we could slide in. And now we want to come in towards the building. I'm going to hold the left mouse button down while I just drag my view so I can see where we're at here. There we go. And I'm going to fly over a little. Oh, wrong way. We need to turn. Oh, I know what's wrong. Yeah, I like my camera view to be the rear view. That's it. Just minimize that one. Turn around a bit. And I think I'd like to come over right on the walkway if we can. That way we can avoid some steps. Which we can do, but it might take us a little time. And okay, here we are. Now I'm going to click stop flying. And now we're in walk mode and we can have a walk around. And that's it. We've been down, back, we've moved around a bit. It's kind of experimental for me. And I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy learning this as much as I enjoy sharing it with you. Okay, thanks a lot.